guys, it's me, Lolly, and today I'm going to show you guys how to draw a face. And drawing portraits and faces is one of my favorite things, and I'm going to go over a few easy perspectives and how to achieve the right proportions for a face. We're going to start with the front view, which is just a face facing forward, a profile, which is sideways, and a 3/4, which is like halfway in between. So I'm going to go over what kinds of guidelines we need to structure the face, and so let's get into it. Okay, so now we're going to start with the front view, or forward facing. For all of our guidelines, we're going to start with a circle, and with this circle, we're going to split it down in the middle, long ways, and across as well. So now our circle's split into 4 pieces, and within the circle, you want to draw a square. So the 4 corners of the square are going to hit the circle right there. Okay, so now that we have our square within our circle, we're going to measure this length from the middle of the circle to the corner of the square here, which is about that much. And from the bottom here, we're going to measure that much. So right here was the line. So this line at the bottom is the bottom of our chin, so the bottom of our head. And obviously the top of the circle is the top of our head. So these 2 corners right here of the square are the sides of our jaw right here. And depending on how you draw the jaw, you can have a more sharp, narrow jaw, or a rounder, or more square jaw. But you just have to connect it to the corners of the square here. Alright, so the next guideline that we need is our eye. This guideline in the middle of the circle is our eyebrow. And our eyes are right below them, so we can just draw a line right there for our eyes. So, let me name them all for you. Obviously the top right here is the top of our head. Right there. This line right here, the top of the square, is the top of our hairline right here. You can see that the hairline moves right there. So that one is top of hairline. Then we have our eyebrows. And then we have our eyes. And then this line is the bottom of our nose. This line right here, the bottom of the circle, is the mouth line. And obviously right here is the bottom of our chin. Alright, so there's one more thing on this guide that is not shown, and that is the ears. So the ears start at the top near the eye, right here, and they go all the way down to the nose line. So about right there is where you want your ear to go. Oops, right there, your ear. So now I'm going to fill in the details and make this guide into a face. And that's how you draw the front view. And we're moving on to profile. We're going to start the same with a circle, and we're going to split it in half, and in half again this way, and make the square in the middle, just like the last time. So this is it. Just like last time, the eye line is going to be right below this eyebrow line in the middle. Right there. But we're going to make a face looking that way. So it's obviously going to look much different than last time. This is still going to be our hairline, and that is still going to be the top of the head. And so now we need to get the bottom of the chin. Similar to last time, measure that much, going down, right there, kind of the line right there. And this point, instead, the bottom of the circle here is going to be the bottom of our chin right there. So our chin is going to connect right to the bottom of our jaw. Sorry, so that's the bottom of our jaw here, and that's our chin. And then this curve kind of gets us this general curve of our face. So I'm just going to draw a line from the top of the forehead down, like so. Similar to last time as well, our ear is going to start right next to our eyes, and then this is still the bottom of our nose. So this is where we'd have an ear. Alright, and our nose, this one's going to be a little bit different. Since it's pointing that way, it's looking more like a triangle. So right near the base of the eye, right here, you want to start going in with your line, and then out. And then you have a nose right there. And again, with our lips, we kind of want to draw the side view of our lips, and then our chin, like that. I'm going to add some detail so it makes a little bit more sense. Our eye is going to look different. It's going to look like a triangle opening up to the side like this. And our eyebrow is going to be right on top this way. Alright, and there we have our profile. A lot of the guidelines are very similar because the proportions stay the same even though your face is turned one way or another. But obviously the shapes are going to look different because you're looking to the side. But here we have all of our guidelines and how they help us shape our face. Alright, let's move on to 3/4. Alright, we're starting off with the circle just like the last two times. This one is a lot more difficult because you're using all of the knowledge from front view and profile and kind of mixing them together. Alright, with the circle, what we're going to do next, very weird, is going to make a small oval near the side of the face right here. I know, strange, but it will help us. From the top of the circle here, we're going to connect that, and then we're also going to connect that way. So we're still cutting our circle in half, but we have a little bit of a curve to our line because in 3/4 you can see the curves of the face much more. And similar to that, we're going to connect the bottom of the curve. So we see, like, we almost have our square still. We have our hairline right there, and then we have our eyebrow line right here, and that's the bottom of our nose. Kind of like the top of the square was the hairline, middle was eyebrow, bottom of the square was the nose. Alright, and then here we want to split this circle in half with this oval. Good. And now this is where it can get really tricky, and looking at photos helps. But we're going to start curving the top of the head right there. Imagine like if you had a middle part, this is where the middle part would fall in a 3/4 view. And then we just follow the face downwards this way. We still kind of measure this amount of space for the chin right there. And this bottom corner of this oval is the bottom of our jaw right here. So we still connect the chin to our jaw, like so. And then this curve of the circle helps us with the outside of our face. So let's connect that to the chin. Perfect. And our nose is kind of going to look like a profile nose, but you're still going to be able to see more like that, in that direction. And I'm going to fill in some details so we can see where this guide is taking us. So with the details, I'm going to start with the eyebrows, like usual. Oop. Let me add my line for my eyes. I almost forgot. There's where our eyes are going to be. Your ear starts in this corner, kind of where the eye is, right there, and goes up and down to the bottom line where the nose is. Just like in all of our other guides, eyes to nose is where your ear falls. And then this is the top of our hairline. And so you can make that go down right here. Everyone has different shapes for their hairline, so you can just make it fall down that way. And then follow the curve. Alright, so next I wanted to show you how useful guidelines could be when studying from photos of real life people and faces. It can really just help to see how the features look on a real person, to help study how to draw different kinds of features like the nose, the eyes, the eyebrows, the mouth, and the ears on different kinds of looking people. And you can see that the guidelines stay the same and that the proportions are always very similar. Even if the face shape changes, the guidelines are still very useful. You can even break down paintings if they have a very realistic portrait of a person. Those can be really fun and useful to help learn how to draw other features in a more painterly or artistic style. Or you can study from your favorite artists and find out what style they draw faces in. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to draw a face in the front view, profile, and 3/4 view. They are just guidelines. Learning how to break down photos and studying from real life people and faces helps a lot with learning the specific details of the face. But yeah, this is the very basic guide to keep the proportions right. Again, not every face is the same, so the guidelines are going to shift a little bit, and if you have like a wider face, a longer face, a more square face, etc., etc. But this is a very good jumping off point to learn how to draw a face. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!